No, I think the vision is has always been for us is to look for the financial inclusion of the majority of the Indians. The first part is what we do actually is we cater to the middle India, mid income segments or the middle class segments of the India. So largely these people reside in not the metro cities, but they are in the T2 T4 or the Tier 2 to Tier 4 cities is what we call it as a middle India. So here, most of these people lot suffer from not having a right access to the financial systems. For example, like if you go to the top 100, T100 cities, beyond that cities, right? So you don't find many of the private banks branches what the way it exists in the metro cities. Today in metro city, a customer gets about 100 calls in a day asking for taking a personal loan or a credit card or any of the other things. But once you go to those places, there is not much of access to such products that the people have it. So our vision today is to take those financial services product to that middle India, mid-income segment and to kind of make them financially active and financially included is the vision. And that's the vision what is driving us to scale year on year. The festive season, as you told, like rightly said, it's kind of a boom for us. Especially the Diwali season in India is a very big event that happens in the year. Most of us Indians, we basically postpone a lot of heavy buying. For example, if somebody is trying to buy a car or of the first car or a first vehicle or even the first TV sets, everything is always timed towards Diwali, and that's been the culture what the India has been following it. Since everyone times towards that particular event, there is also a need of self-funded and both a loan, which is required to kind of fulfill that dreams or the aspirations what they would carry for that Diwali event, and therefore it is always a boom for many lenders. Especially we see a spike in that season, especially in the borrowing. But on this note, I also want to caution many borrowers that not to kind of over leverage and over borrow and not make it as a untasteful event for rest of the year. So therefore, they should make a very calculated decisions on borrowing and having a happy time during the Diwali. I think the for the fintech industry at least, or even to certain extent in the lending industry, I would say the partnerships has been the backbone for the growth and acceleration of the fintechs. Today, banks acts as a strong backbone. For example, if you take the payments or the UPI payments, we talk a lot about GPay or PhonePe, but that is the distribution model. As in, like they are the ones who distribute the UPI product to the end customer and make the transactions very seamless. But on the other side, in the back end, the entire UPI infrastructure is with the banks. So the similar model is what happens with the lending also. While we see a lot of fintech apps which would be enabling borrowers to kind of have an easy access to the lending, it is somewhere enabled by the NBFCs, the regulated entities at the back end, or the banks at the back end. So therefore, collaborations has been the major backbone for the fintech industry to kind of evolve and grow. And I would see that it will get much more complicated and even more evolved way that the partnerships would grow. For example, so you would see many instances where two entities would be competing with each other and also collaborating with each other for a different product, and such relationships are also coming out. Therefore, I would say that in the entire fintech industry, the backbone is collaborations and partnerships.